This show is proudly sponsored by TraderCobb.com, the leaders in checklist-based trading strategy. Yes, that's exactly how it sounds. I'll teach you a literal checklist so you can tick off items and be decisive very quickly. Get across to TraderCobb.com where there's a bunch of free content there for you to have a look at. And of course, if you're interested in having me come to your city, click and register for the live events coming up and filling fast. Have a great day. Visit TraderCobb.com now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Tonight, I have got myself a guest from a wonderful part of the world. I'm not going to tell you, you can maybe actually guess where he is from. I've got Denis Kurilchik, and I say that with a check on a higher end of my vocabulary because I'm not sure if I've got it right. He is director of SIMEX Exchange, and it's an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Denis. Thank you.
Hello, Craig. Yeah, it's nice to meet you here and big pleasure to be a part of your podcast. Hello.
Mate, I'm really looking forward to learning a bit about the exchange. I have interviewed plenty of exchanges in the past. Now, my first question is quite simply an introduction. Where are you from? What have you done? And why on earth are you here in the blockchain space?
So first of all, I want to say that I was born in Russia, but I feel like I feel like a man, like international man, actually traveling around the world. I don't feel like I belong to one nationality at all, but I'm proud to be Russian anyway. I have a high education in economy, and somehow the way lead me to the online payment space, online industry back in 2012 when I first met the crowdfunding industry and looked a little bit deeper into that. I had a few projects on Indiegogo and similar platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So, and since 2014, we decided to create our own platform named SIMEX, which is transformed into digital asset exchange in 2017 because of the booming market that was growing that time, and we didn't lose a chance, to catch the train and go into this industry as well.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, he is an international man of mystery. Denis, look, you had the platform up before crypto. I understand that. Do you want to just tell us a little bit of detail, not too much, but about what you were doing prior to moving into the blockchain space? From what I understand, you were doing crowdfunding for smaller businesses. Is that more or less right?
Yes, absolutely true. In 2015, we launched for the internal Russian market as a small platform, more like a crowd investing, allowing people to invest in small real businesses. So the business would share the profit with the investors. And besides that, we had a section with the secondary market where people could exchange their shares of this businesses between each other. And so we had a price chart, and the price was also fluctuating depending on how business is going. Is it going good? So the price go up, and it's really interesting to see it on the on the small picture, like on the small island, when you see these changes, how project works, how the price goes up and low, and but we saw like something bigger than this small internal Russian market, and the potential of the digital asset which could have the possibility to let people invest around the world into different projects. So that was like the idea to move into the crypto. And then after my journey into New York in 2017, like everything changed.
I bet. So you're providing liquidity for relatively small companies, so almost like an STO environment where liquidity might not have existed. I know it's not an STO, not at all, but very much along the lines of crowdfunding. And many people might not be familiar with crowdfunding, but they'll be more familiar with STO. You likely to invest into a business that you appreciate and like, and you'll get a split of those profits, which is kind of how crowdfunding can work. It can work in many different ways, but is that more or less how it worked?
Pardon?
The crowdfunding side of it. If I was to invest, say, $100,000 into a crowdfunding project, would I own equity and get dividends, or would it depend on the project?
Uh, Basically, in crowdfunding, you will have something like a service or a good or like commodity that the project offers to you in exchange of money, and there is no guarantee will you receive it or not. You know, a lot of projects they also are fail to
Yeah,
deliver to contributors. But and crowd investing also has the risks even in small business. They offer, you know, like a part of their revenue to the investors,
mm.
but from time to time business has
If you
no
don't get any
revenue,
revenue, you don't get
yeah,
anything.
exactly, especially when it is a small business. You know, they
Yeah,
have a lot more risks than big companies to fail. But we had a few successful projects as well. You know, and it's always like a risk of investment. You always have to understand that anything that you invest in has like win
a risk.
and lose. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it was a bad example on my part. The $100,000 example. Usually, crowdfunding is a bunch of little people trying to get involved and help the project out because they
Yeah.
believe in it. Really bad example. I'll wear that. I'm sorry, there, Dennis. It was my complete fault. So when you got into the blockchain space in 2017, of course, you had an established business. You've been operating for at least 1.5 to 2 years. Now, that means that you went through the first startup period. The first 12 months of a startup is the hardest. Try and keep your staff, pay them. Often you don't make a profit. You just survive. And that's the reality of a startup. So you survive those 2 years, which meant you had a viable product to bring to the market. Now, of course, around this period of time, the ICO market went absolutely gangbusters. How did that change your business?
Um, we I don't know how to start, but we didn't make any ICO. We just saw how the crowdfunding industry changes, because I believe and I see that the ICO is like transformation of the crowdfunding and
Crowdfunding, yeah.
industry. um, and ICO made it like global
Mm.
and get a global access to the projects. Unfortunately, in 2017 there were a lot of projects that just promised to do something and did nothing.
You wouldn't
But we
say.
still but we still see a few of them which are just trying to keep their products alive. They try to bring some value to the customers, and this means that it's a big lesson for all of us how
Mm.
to manage all that. And we with all this STO and EO that coming into the market, we need to spend more time, you know, looking into the projects, looking into the founders, into the background, to understand more deeply which one is looking into. And back in 2017, being in New York, I saw the very interesting thing that a lot of people with money don't want to invest. Otherwise, people who is having a lot of crypto gaining from the mining, all the stuff, people, they didn't understand the value of the
Easy
crypto.
come, easy go money.
Yeah, easy come, easy go. That was like the core of this booming investment into that project, because people, they didn't feel the value of the crypto which came after that.
Yeah.
um, and that was like a switch. Even now, when you're transferring 1 or 2 bitcoins, you don't understand that you just instantly transferring 20K, 50K,
Yeah.
and even more in just one click. People don't understand the value even now, because this is the very small amount, and in your head you don't understand the
Yeah.
amount of that money. But it's important, and now we see how market changes, regulations are coming, but we don't have to underestimate the potential of that. And I see it in Asian countries, the rise of people that want to have access to funds, to assets, to have, to
Freedom.
control money.
Yeah. And look, my question is this. So with SIMEX or SIMEX, or however you say it,
Okay.
what sort of an exchange are you? I mean, you've been around for a while, and you've worked out how to, as a startup, pivot from one market to the next. What's unique about your platform?
Um, Actually, our president, Mr. Vasily, who is in Las Vegas and the headquarter of SIMEX in Vegas, he's very experienced investment banker
Okay.
with with more than 20 years of experience, also trading on the big markets. Um, he had an investment bank before, and we are looking more into the investment, crypto banking platform, some sort of that kind of product that we are looking to achieve. We don't
Beyond
want
an
to be,
exchange.
we don't want to be just a regular exchange to exchange Bitcoin to Ethereum, and that's it. Even now, we have different sections. Besides crypto, we have an equity exchange, commodity exchange, utility exchange, and this is we just started to develop these sections. But
Mhm.
actually, even now, you can buy, for example, uh, Apple shares with crypto, and we will
Oh,
instantly
wow.
buy. Yeah, we will instantly buy them on the real market, so you can just easily invest in real assets with crypto using SIMEX. So that kind of feature we offer now. It's not quite popular, but we see, that the market, we believe the market will look
Oh, it'll
in.
adapt, especially if we see the traditional market come off heavily. And it'll do what it will do. But it's been a very long run of bullish activity. If we see the crypto market go up heavily in the next 6 to 12 months, and the equity market go down, a service like yours, I can see value, because you're trying to buy good value assets as an investor. The crypto market is still very much speculation. Let's be honest, it
Sure.
really is, and we're trying to
Yeah.
buy assets right now in this market without having the benefit of information freely accessible that traditional markets offer. Now, if Apple shares, as an example, fall heavily during a GFC type event and crypto
Yeah.
goes up, then it's an opportunity for us to
Good
go,
deal.
let's
Yeah.
cash our crypto wealth into that wealth. Now, here's my question to you. If the founder, let's say, or CEO is in Las Vegas, are you SEC compliant? Like, where are your licenses held, and how does that sort of cross border?
Actually, the thing is, we are not licensed in the United States, so we are not serving the US customers at
Okay.
all. They're not allowed to use SIMEX.
Mhm.
So, but by being in Vegas,
Yep.
there is a state. Nevada is a state which is like crypto tax free. They 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 don't touch us
Mhm.
as soon as we're not working with US customers. So we're
Yeah.
so we're kind of in the United States but working outside of US.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So look, bottom line is this. If I convert 5 Bitcoin and convert that into Apple shares, for example, do I get given and issued a certificate of shareholding as you would if I was to buy those shares normally?
Yeah, of course. First of all, you get the tokens of
Yep.
that share, and as soon as you want to exchange this token into the real certificate, we'll provide it 100%.
So you offer, so if I was to go, right, I want to convert 5 Bitcoin into the equivalent of Apple shares, Google, whatever,
What? Yeah.
I can go through SIMEX and go, I want to do this, do the transaction, and I will receive in the post or in the email, whatever, an actual certificate stating that I am the owner of that equity within that business.
Um, it's
Or is it
not that
linked back to
simple.
SIMEX?
Yeah, it's not that simple procedure. Yeah, we will buy it on our name, but as soon as you want to have this on your own name, we will like I don't know how to explain it in English because my English is not so good as yours, but we will I don't know, not swap, but on the back name of the certificate you can resign it for any person.
Mhm.
So we will buy the certificate, and as soon as we will assign it into your name and send it to you, you can have 100% right on this.
Okay. I guess what I'm asking is if Cymex has the ability for me to invest in Apple,
Yeah.
traditional market products that you list, that I don't want to have a middleman. Not that I'm not satisfied, because you're an exchange. If I can exchange my Bitcoin for Apple shares, once that transaction's done, I don't want you involved anymore. I want to own those shares in Apple. So therefore, if you guys, heaven forbid, something bad happens, my share certificate and ownership has no link to your business. Is that what happens if we transfer it over? It's owned by my entity?
There is a type of brokerage account that allows like an entity to buy shares on the from the name of someone, but it's a procedure. We can't avoid it, because as soon as you want to be the only one shareholder of that stuff, you need to get a broker account, deposit
And you
money,
need to have
and
the
buy it on
license
your
for
own.
that,
Yeah,
right? So
that's the
you
only
can't
way.
issue Apple shares without having that license. So it's effectively owning tokens within the underlying asset class, which you, Cymex, as a company will buy, hold on my behalf, but I'll have to go through you to release those shares come kingdom come, right?
Yeah, that's true. But that's kind of service because you
Get
have to
an
remember
SEC
that you
license.
invest. Yeah, of course. And as soon as you invest Bitcoin in Apple shares, you have to understand that there is some sort of procedures have to be made.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Uh,
And we can pay a fee for that. I don't think anyone has a problem with that. It's just that once I've purchased those Apple shares, I want them to be mine. I don't want you anywhere near involved. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm going to
of
use my
course.
Bitcoin to buy Apple shares, I don't want to have to then go, when I cash those Apple shares in, back through Cymex, because you are the actual custodian. I want to go, when I go Bitcoin to Apple shares, that they are mine. Pay a fee for it, no problem. It's a great service, but
Yeah, of course.
I think that the
By the
missing
end of the
link
day, yeah.
is the licensing, so that once I've done that transaction, you facilitated that, and you've made your commissions. that it's my shares. I think that's
Of course, by the
thing I'm
end of
looking
the
for.
day, yeah, but by the end of the day, they will be yours, no problem. But if you understand the procedure and using SIMEX, you have to understand that we are not able to make it under your name uh, when we purchase it. We purchase it as a SIMEX,
Yep.
as entity, and then we resign it to you in exchange of tokens that were given when you bought the Apple share tokens.
Held an escrow. I understand that
Kind of,
process.
yeah.
Bottom line is, if I want to trade 5 Bitcoin for X amount of Apple shares, can I have my name on the certificate that they are mine, stand out, and I can go and cash them else with another broker?
You will do it. Yeah, you will be able to do it.
Okay, that's what you need. We got there. We got there. We got there. We got there. It's been an absolute pleasure learning more about the exchange. Where do people find out more information that want to dig deep? Because that's a really very, very amazing function. I'm sure lots of people will be interested. So where do people find more information where they can read up and understand it more?
Actually, we kind of launched it not that much time ago,
Mhm.
and we're still testing that stuff. So, but you can go into the simex.global and ask for support, or you look into the news and find some information about that.
SIMEX, SIMEX .global/EN if you are an English speaking human being.
Oh, actually, we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 languages. We added 4 new languages for the Asian market just a few days ago: Indonesian, Malaysian, traditional Chinese, and we see like big demand from the Asian market now.
I'm not surprised at all. Dennis, it's been an absolutely pleasurable conversation speaking with you. He's the director of SIMEX, SIMEX Exchange. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I appreciate it deeply. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll speak to you again soon. Go to simex.global/EN if you want to go for the English version.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. Bye for now.
This show is proudly sponsored by TraderCobb.com, the leaders in checklist-based trading strategy. Yes, that's exactly how it sounds. I'll teach you a literal checklist so you can tick off items and be decisive very quickly. Get across to TraderCobb.com, where there's a bunch of free content there for you to have a look at. And of course, if you're interested in having me come to your city, click and register for the live events coming up and filling fast. Have a great day. Visit TraderCobb.com now.